Right. Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday evening and happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope everyone is feeling shiny like a shamrock and feeling lucky and stuff and found the pot of gold and a four-leaf clover, a lucky clover. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling shiny and spectacular and I'm feeling lucky and blessed. I'm lucky to have God in my heart and all the blessings, and I'm lucky for to have Christ in my heart and His grace and salvation every day. Um, and I'm also lucky to have a roof over my head and food and water and family, friends that love me and assist me and mentor me and take care of me when I need help. Um, and as always is there to support me every step of the way since day one. And I'm thankful for my fans too, for being there with me, supporting my music, supporting my work, supporting my art, supporting the show, watching the show. I thank all of you. I'm very lucky to have all that. I have all the things that I got and blessed with in this life. Um, I'm very lucky to have. I'm lucky to be living every single day. So I'm thankful for every breath I take. So yeah, I'm a lucky man. I'm lucky, like my song says. I have a song called "Living," mean lucky to be living or something. So yeah, so and what a perfect way to kind of is to start a season 13 kind of. Yesterday was the start, but we're still in the early stage. And 13, I forgot to say yesterday, is my favorite number because it's Taylor Swift's my favorite artist, and is also somewhat sometimes a lucky number for me. So yeah, so it's so cool, and I'm all wearing green and shiny shamrocks all over me. Or so um, so I won't be pinched by the leprechaun today. So I can get luck and gold and rainbows and everything. So anyway, I'm just having fun. All right, so let's begin. Season 7, episode 2, Brotherhood's back and better than ever. And then season 9, episode 45, This Savage is Lucky. Alright, so what's Brotherhood's back and better than ever. So yesterday we talked about the Savage comeback in the 11th grade after the lockdown and after trying to bring back the Brotherhood. Some members have already joined. Jared is the assistant. Um, but now we just need some more members to join, and if they want to, and the Barhead will be up and running again. It'll be amazing, and that's what will happen in today's episode. He'll be fully back and better than ever. So, but first, he goes, gets breakfast. He gets on the Hartman bus. He gets to Hartman. Today is a Tuesday, by the way, or something. Why I have to But today, Hunter is Mr. Hunter today um, for the early childhood education program, preschool program. Which he is so lucky to be a part of Hartman and so lucky to be a teacher. Well, kind of a teacher. I'm not really a teacher, um, but in a way, I was. So. But this isn't the Savage is Lucky episode. Hold on. I'm talking about I was lucky to be a teacher. But no, but this is a Tuesday at this point. Wait, this episode is not even programmed yet. Never mind. I'm talking ahead of myself. But anyway, but I was lucky and blessed to be able to do that. Um, but he goes to Hartman today. It's just a general day. Um, so they have a lesson. They have like a bell work or something, and then they have a lesson and like an activity. They chit chat a little bit before class. And then later on, they have their 15 to 20-minute break. And then after the break, they do another lesson. They do another activity, journal, I believe. They talk more about the program and they talk more about the class. And they talk about upcoming things like the CPR training beginning soon. Like the next day, like the Friday. This is a Thursday, actually. Um, so, um, so they did, and then they have another activity. So that's pretty much it. And then he goes to the buildings, and then he goes back to the high school at Study Hall, which we don't see. And then lunch, he has a Brotherhood meeting. He chit chats with Brotherhood, and he makes the members that joined already sign contracts and stuff, like we did in eighth grade, during the looping progress. Remember process? Remember that? I discussed that uh, before. Um, And then he actually gets the rest of the members like Caden, Kason, Nick, Adam, John, um, Dustin, I think. Well, he only joined. Cameron only joined. Um, but the rest of the members agreed to come back, and they're excited to come back, and the Burhead's officially back. Logan Walters engaged still don't want to do it like in eighth grade, but he invited them this time again. But the members are back. The Burhead's back. It's me and Jared's the assistant. We got Aiden, Brendan, Camden, Nick, John, Adam, Caden, Kason, Dustin. Um, Later, Chris McKay will be back in this Burhead. There's no Burhead to play. We got um, also um, I forgot. Oh, um, who else? Did I say John and Adam? Yeah. We're all back. The game is all back. We're all here. We're ready to go. We're stronger than ever. We're older. I mean, we're wiser. We're more mature. We're like men. We're young adults. We're juniors. We're ready to go. We're ready to take over the world. We're ready to rule again. Hunter's Empire's back. The Burhead's back. And he's excited about it. So they eat their lunch and chit chat some more, and then do some games and stuff, and then so he's excited. So um, so then he goes to science with which is Mr. Mindock, and they have a lesson, the first lesson, and then they have like a small assignment with it. So they have some notes that they do. So they had their first lesson of the year, and then um, he chit chats with Jared, but tells them the good news that the Brotherhood is back and going, and we're back and better. Uh, so Jared's excited about that, and yeah. And then he goes to Algebra 2 with Mr. Stevens. They have their first lesson as well, and they have activity. Um, so there's that. And then he goes to resource with Miss Oswald. They have their first assignment they do. He gets some help with it from her, and they get the assignment done. They get it turned in, and it's all good. I even works on another assignment, some science, I think, or something. And Chris of K is also back, um, which I think I mentioned yes. He was in resource, I think, and he sees them in the passing period. It says the Warhead's back. How was your summer? They chit chat. Um, what do you want to be back in the Warhead? And he said, cool, yeah. And he joins and signs the paper. And so he is now. So now the Warhead is officially back with all the members. Um, there's no new members, but we got the old members from 8th grade full circle back. Except for Bradley, Chris, let's see, because they moved away, and also William. Remember William? He's not there no more either. And that was a short time too. Oh my gosh, because he was new in 8th grade and he never came. He moved away. Um, but that happens sometimes. His empire is back, and he will mind. He will soon remind everybody that he's still savage, that he's still the king of Brotherhood again. He's the leader and all this. Um, so, but he's taking it easy today because it's the first day to Brotherhood officially. Then he goes to U.S. history with Mr. Wyatt which is a little bit loud in the beginning. They have lesson and then activity, and the day is done. So there's that. So um, yeah. Now this Savage is Lucky Season 9, Episode 45. So here we go. This one starts out as St. Patrick's Day. This day is so he goes to Hartman today. He is Mr. Hunter. Today is one is like a Thursday or something. One of the day. Um, preschool. They get there. Um, they do their morning centers, art, art, um, writing, reading, um, and science sensory table. Blocks with motives and dramatic play and the whole 9 yards. They have fun with that. Everyone's wearing green, which is good, in celebration and with St. Patrick's Day. And the kiddos are all excited about that. We have leprechauns. Oh, I think we even have a pot of gold hidden somewhere for a lesson. So it's gonna be a fun day. We have some St. Patrick's Day cookies and snacks and stuff. Green punch. That'll be exciting. But then we have our calendar time, morning meeting. We do our calendar, days of the week, months of the year, the whole 9 yards. Our songs, we do our welcome song in the beginning. I forgot to mention that. And then and the theme, which is St. Patrick's Day all week. They've been doing activities all week, which I bet there'll be another episode where we talk about this week, maybe. Um, but this is the last day of the week, and then the number of the week, letter of the week, color of the week, which is probably green or something. Um, and then they have their letter wrap, which they love. What's the letter? What's the letter, everyone? And then we have a kiddo check the letter. They tell the letter what the letter is. So, and by the way, I forgot to mention Hunter today. I remember this. Some of the details I don't remember because this is like 3 years ago. Even no, 4 years ago. But this was 3 years ago of St. Pat. This is second semester. But the first semester was 4 years ago. Holy crap! Almost 4 years, 3.5. But I have a decent memory. But I remember this. I remember this because it was kind of a pain in the butt. But I remember I was art center because the person that does the theme lesson is also the art center. I was the art center this day, and Hunter, I mean Mr. Hunter, had the kiddos make if they came to the art center hand puppets. It was a leprechaun hand puppet, which I might have a picture. Um, but it was a it was just a leprechaun hand puppet, and the preparation for the center, and when he had to make like an example for so the kiddos know what to do, and some of the kiddos came over and made it. Um, but um, but the making the example, helping them make it, like glue the thing, it was a pain in the butt. Oh my gosh. Um, um, so anywho, but that was the art center. Um, But now, then they have the music center, I mean, music lesson. They sing some songs about St. Patrick's Day. I think they do like the Irish music, and they do some dancing to it, like the Irish dance or something. Who knows? But and then then it's story time. They go up and they read a story probably about something about uh, shamrocks or something like that, or leprechauns or something like that. So, and then um, we have our alphabet lesson, which is the letters and stuff like that, basic stuff like that. And then snack time, all the kiddos are excited. And they see the snack and they're excited. We do the snack song, which they love. And then they had their snack, which I think was they probably had like St. Patrick's sandwich cookies and like festive cookies because it's the last day of the week and it's St. Patrick's Day. So and they have some Kool-Aid that's green and they love it. So and actually and they do um we do like a scavenger hunt. No, that's later. After snack. So after snack is the physical activity, and they do a scavenger hunt. I think, and they're supposed to find. They find like these we put out these leprechauns and stuff, and we had like shamrock, like clovers and stuff, and like pots of gold, like gold coins, and we hide them around the room, and they're supposed to run around and find them, and you're supposed to collect all these, and um, to and then when you find them, you go to this leprechaun, and one of the other teachers dressed up as a leprechaun or something, or had like a puppet or something, like my puppet, and gave the coins and like for things that they found that they had to walk around, run around to find them. Um, no, it was no. That was maybe another thing that we did the other day. Actually, what they did was the teachers had gold coins or like coin, and they would like have the kiddos do like jumping jacks or hula hoop or a couple times when like different activities at like stations, and then when they completed that activity, they would get like the coins, a gold coin. Then when they had to get so many or something, or they just had to have one, I think, and they gave a one or how many coins they got to this to one of the teachers, other teacher of the puppet, the leprechaun, and once they got the gold to them, once all the kiddos found had got a special gold coin, the teacher showed me we showed them where the hidden pot of gold was, and which is actually those chocolate coins that you get, and we gave them each a chocolate coin at the end of it. So that was fun. It was like a scavenger hunt, obstacle course, stations. And it went a little bit longer into theme lesson, which is my lesson. I remember this. And I was kind of stressed out because we were doing art and craft, and um, and the art and craft was like this paper plate. We cut out a circle where their face would go. It was like a mask almost, kind of. But we cut out this. Well, I already had it cut out, but we made like a leprechaun. We had a green hat and then like the orange beard on the plate. And the kiddos, when they would put the plate over their face, and they would be the leprechauns. Um, so that was kind of stressful because we had to make the craft and um the activity before the lesson before went into mine. So I had a short amount of time, which was kind of stressful. But we got through it. We got through it. They enjoyed making them, and yeah, so that was cool. And they enjoyed having over their on their face or holding it up. So um, and they when we had the parent pickup, they enjoyed showing their parent, their mom or whoever, their mask or whatever. So that was fun. They enjoyed it. And then we had our our centers. So I did my art center, and we did some more leprechaun hand puppets, paper bag puppets. And then we did our closing time. We did our some activities with them. We reviewed the theme of the week, which was St. Patty's Day. So we talked about that, and we talked about the color, number, and letter of the week, and we reviewed everything, and um, we gave them some more chocolate coins that we had left over, and then the parents picked them up. They went home, and then Mr. Hunter was done. All the teachers were done for the day, and then he went back to the high school. He had study hall, which we don't see because there's nothing going on that interesting. It's boring. And then we go lunch, and he has a Brotherhood meeting, and he gives some to the Brotherhood members who want them, some gold coins, because they still had some. Um, as something nice, and he tells them that he's lucky to have them as Brotherhood members, that this savage is lucky to have some friends and some Brotherhood members in his Brotherhood, and sometimes we might um, disagree on things, sometimes we might not get along on certain things, we might fight sometimes, but we are still friends, and I still care, we care about each other, we like each other all the time, so, and I'm lucky to have you, so. And everyone was wearing green, so and that was fun. Well, most of everybody. Some people weren't. And then after lunch, we had our lunch and we had our game day Thursday or whatever, so as well. And then after lunch, we went to science with Mr. Mindock and Mr. Miller, the student teacher. We had a bell work and a lesson and then a daily um, activity. We also had like a quiz, like a weekly quiz that we do, like to check in on where we're at. Um, so, and then we had Algebra 2, um, we had a lesson, and then we had time to work on the assignment, which I waited until resource. And then Hunter had resource with Oswald. Oswald and Hunter worked on the assignment. He got it done. And then U.S. history with Mr. Wild, which it was wild as always. Um, and then they had a lesson, and then I think they had a paper, an essay that they were working on. And then that is it. So it was a very lucky day. It was a very festive day. It was a fun day, a terrific Thursday, a wonderful day. So a golden day with full the pot of gold and 4 weeks lucky clovers and stuff. So anyway, I hope everyone has a uh, spectacular evening, um, and um, and and a terrific Tuesday evening. And may God bless and protect each and every one of you. And I'll see you tomorrow night for another episode of Saginaw Bot Marathon Madness. Thank you for watching, and have a good night. And see you next time. Bye for now.